Hello there! I'm Mr. Bookman, and I'm thrilled that you decided to join us again today at the Imagination Theater. I'm very excited for today's show. The cast of the Imagination Theater is proud to present our version of Beauty and the Beast. Once upon a time, a long time ago, across the ocean and deep in the woods, there was a small beet farm owned by a hard-working moose named Martin.
Oh, howdy, partners. My name's Martin, and I work from sunrise to sundown, growing beets to sell at the market so I can feed my family. Now, I suppose I could save myself a lot of trouble by just feeding my family them beets what I grow, but my daughters begged me to stop cooking them beets for every meal, so now I'm kinda stuck. Yeah, it's a shame, too. I cook a mean beet burger. That there's a hamburger where the meat and the buns are, they're beets. Yeah, I think I see their point now. Oh, that's embarrassing. Alright, I'm gonna go.
First, let's meet Jennifer, the oldest daughter.
Hi! What? What was that? Okay. Yeah, sorry. I thought I heard someone calling me. What? Who am I? I'm Jennifer. Hi, yeah. I guess what? What was that? It was nothing. Okay, yeah. No, I'm the oldest sister, and I guess I'm very attractive, but I can also get a little, what? What was that?
Jennifer, as you can see, was a sheep. Now, she was an admittedly beautiful sheep, but she was a little distracted is probably the nicest way to put it.
I am a beautiful sheep, and I know I might get a little distracted sometimes, but what? What was that? Oh, but yeah, I thought you said something. Wait, what? What?
Next, there was Alicia, the middle daughter. Alicia was an ostrich who spent long hours looking at her own reflection in the mirror, fluffing her tail feathers and making little kissy faces with her beak.
I'm like so much prettier than my sisters. Just look at my feathered tail. Isn't it the most adorable thing you've ever seen? Oh, and what about my beautiful black and white feathers? Oh, I know, alright? I don't want to brag, but I'm like totally the cutest ostrich on the planet.
This could also go on for a while, so I'm just going to skip ahead to the youngest daughter, Beauty. Beauty was a very beautiful human girl who cared for everyone and everything in the entire world. Even her meaner, sillier, and selfish older sisters.
Oh, hello. I'm Beauty. I hope my sisters weren't too mean or annoying. Were they mean to you? Did they annoy you? Maybe I could get you a glass of lemonade to make you feel better.
One crisp fall day, after Martin had harvested his beet crops and prepared them for market, the hard-working farmer called upon his daughters one by one.
Now, where's my oldest daughter, Jennifer? Jennifer, where are you? Are you there?
Ooh, what? Here I am. Yes, hello, hi. Yes, hi, here I am. Sorry, Papa, I was what? What was that?
Ah, not this again.
What? Oh, not what again? Oh, yeah, okay, right. Oh, yes, you're right.
Now, would you like me to buy you anything at the market?
Ooh, what? Oh, yes, the market. Oh, yes, all right. Oh, sure, well, what should I get? Ooh.
Yeah, I'm just going to cut her off right there before this week's show runs into next week's show.
Oh, well, I just wanted, a fancy silk dress to wear, that's all. That's nothing, isn't it? A fancy silk dress? Unless you think, that I'm, ugly.
Jennifer, I don't think you're ugly, but fancy silk dresses are very expensive. Oh, but I'll buy one for you, I guess. All right, off you go now. Go on, get out of here. Leave.
I'm sorry, I got distracted for a second there. I saw something up in the sky that caught my attention. All right, I'm going to go now. Goodbye, Father. Mwah. Goodbye. What? What was that? Did somebody call me? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going now. Bye.
Alicia managed to tear herself away from the mirror to go and speak with him before he left.
Oh, there you are. What would you like from the market, Alicia?
Me? Oh, Papa, I don't need anything. Don't be silly. I was just, thinking the other day that I've, totally grown up to like the idea of, never falling in love and marrying and just, totally living here with you on the beet farm for the rest of my life. Because no man will ever want to marry a girl without her very own real diamond necklace to cover up such an ugly long neck as mine.
You want a real diamond necklace?
Oh, don't be silly, Papa. Under, no circumstances should you ever feel the need to buy me a real diamond necklace to wear so that I could totally attract a cute, rich husband and make, all the other girls in the woods jealous that I've got a father who loved me more than...
Okay, I get the point. Ugh, a real diamond necklace. Boy, I sure hope I sell a lot of beets this week. Very well. Off you go, dear. Off you go now. Go on.
Oh, all right, I'll go. Wah! Ah!
Yeah, it's just a thing you do, isn't it? All right, where's Beauty? Beauty, where are you? Beauty!
Beauty stepped forward and startled Martin.
Here I am, Papa.
There you are. You scared me. Oh, I should buy you a bell or something. All right, now how about you, Beauty? What else can I buy you, my youngest daughter? What expensive, outlandish thing do you want from the market?
Oh, I don't want for anything, Father. I mean, I kind of want to change my name to something other than Beauty. But apart from that, the only thing that I want is for you to stay, since I'll miss you so much.
Come now, Beauty. You know I have to go so that we'll have enough money to buy food and expensive gifts for your sisters.
Oh, I don't care about money or expensive gifts. I'm quite partial to food, though. It keeps me alive, after all.
I know, but it's my responsibility to take care of you girls, and I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you for something.
Oh, well, in that case, maybe just, I don't know, a single rose.
A rose?
Oh, what? What? A rose? What? Okay, that's, wow, yeah, a rose, wow. A rose? Is that all? What is wrong with her?
A rose? Just a rose? Are you sure that's all you want?
Oh, yes, please. That's fine. Just a simple rose. Please pick the most beautiful rose you see, and I'll be perfectly happy.
All right, then. It'll be a very special rose, just for you, my sweet little Beauty. Now, it appears to be getting late, so I'd like to see all of you again in the morning before I leave at sunrise.
Oh, absolutely. Good night, Father.
Oh, good night, Beauty. What a sweet girl.
Early the next day, just after the sun peeked over the horizon, Martin was making his final preparations to leave.
Oh, I will miss you, Father. I'll miss you so much. Oh, good luck on your journey.
I'll miss you too, Beauty. Where are your sisters?
I think they're still asleep. What?
I can't afford to wait for them to wake up, so I guess I'd best be off.
Well, how soon do you think you'll be back, Father?
I can't really say, but I'll return as soon as I've sold all of our beet crops.
All right, goodbye then, Father. Please be careful, and remember that I love you. Aw, here we go. Hug.
Oh, I'll miss you too. Goodbye, Beauty.
Martin mounted his horse and rode away to the village, where he set up a little wooden shop and sold all of his beets that Beauty had helped him to harvest, while her sisters had lounged in the sun, drinking lemonade. After a few extra days, he set off for home.
Getting mighty dark in these here woods. Oh, I'm not too sure about this.
Suddenly, just as he entered the deepest, darkest portion of the woods, a terrible storm rolled in from over the horizon.
Oh, goodness! In this storm, I'm gonna have to find a safe place to bed down for the night. Oh, my goodness, it's getting ugly out here.
Thunder crashed, lightning flashed, and then he noticed some bright lights shining in the distance.
Maybe the owner of this here castle will give me some shelter for the night. Oh, look, the gate's wide open. This owner must be friendly to visitors riding in off of the range. Oh, good for him.
He slowly crept into the main hall, where he found an elegantly decorated table with a splendid dinner already laid out.
Well, how very odd. A fully cooked meal just sitting right here behind me waiting for someone to eat it. I really shouldn't eat my unseen host's meal without him or her, but I am starving. Well, I guess if nobody's around, it should be fine. Maybe. What do you think? I'm gonna do it anyway.
When he had finished eating, he found he was extremely tired, so Martin found a guest bedroom in which he could lay down and relax for a while.
Oh, I'm awfully tired. I think I'll just rest my head for a little while here on this bed.
And with that, he fell fast asleep. When he woke the next morning, an unknown cook had prepared a pot of piping hot coffee, an assortment of fruit, and plates of pancakes, eggs, bacon, and sausage.
Oh, well, looky here, a fully cooked breakfast and a beet salad. Who could have done this? It looks absolutely delicious. Oh, I can't wait to eat this breakfast. Right here behind me.
Martin ate his fill of the breakfast, dressed, and then looked around the castle to thank his host. To his great regret, there was still nobody in sight.
Yeah, this castle is so strange. Doors are left open, meals are prepared and served by themselves. I hope this place ain't haunted. But then again, at least the ghosts are nice. Huh. Makes you think. Maybe they're just misunderstood. Well, off I go.
On his way to the stable to retrieve his horse, Martin walked past a beautiful garden. Right in the middle of a dazzling rainbow of purple, red, yellow, and orange flowers, he spotted the largest rose he had ever seen. The rose was so perfect, he immediately knew it was the only flower he could ever dream of picking for Beauty.
Oh, wow! Look, a rose! A perfect rose for my perfect daughter, Beauty. Oh, this is absolutely ideal. What an excellent castle this is. I'm just gonna... There's no gardening tools about. I guess I'll just pick it off the stem with my mouth. Here I go.
As soon as Martin had separated the rose from its stem, a terrifying roar made him jump halfway up the castle wall.
Roar!
A horrible, hairy, ferocious beast appeared, growling and gnashing its teeth. When it finally fell silent, it stared at him with two bloodshot eyes until, in a deep, menacing voice, it spoke.
Oh, ha, ha. You ungrateful, selfish little man! I gave you a roof to sleep under, I prepared 2 delicious meals for you, and I even allowed you to sleep in the most comfortable bed in my house. And you repay me by stealing the most beautiful rose from my garden? I should eat you where you stand!
Trembling from head to toe, Martin fell to his knees and pleaded with the beast.
Oh, please. Please forgive me. Don't eat me. I'll do anything you say. I only wanted the rose for Beauty, one of my 3 daughters, and I promised to bring her the most beautiful rose I could find on my journey. Well, I suppose I could forgive you, but only on one condition. Condition? What condition? Yes, bring me your daughters. I need to find somebody to be my bride and to live with me here at my castle, so I'll force them to compete with one another until I've decided which one I like the most. Ha 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 ha! What? No! Please don't do that! Oh, that'd be awful. Yes, well, promise me that you'll bring them here, or I'll find you and, eat you up. Yes. Now, be gone from my sight before I get hungry and change my mind. Off you go. Go! Go, go, go! Go away! Go! All right, I'm going!
Martin ran from the castle grounds and then led his horse on the long, winding journey back through the woods to the small farmhouse where he lived with his daughters. By the time he pulled the horse into the familiar clearing that marked the edge of his property, he was dreadfully, dreadfully sad.
Oh.
What is it, Papa?
Oh, my loving daughter Beauty. Oh, I made a horrible mistake on my journey. I've been forced to agree to deliver you and your sisters to the castle of a rich, horrible, hairy beast to compete to see who will be his bride. Oh, I'm so ashamed.
Beauty fell silent for a long time as she considered the meaning of her father's words. But before she could speak, she was interrupted by her sisters.
Dad, is that you?
What?
What? Oh, okay. Yeah, my dress. You promised to buy me a
Yes,
dress.
I have your dress.
Like, you totally promised you'd buy me a real diamond necklace.
Didn't you girls hear what I just said? You're all going to have to compete to see who will be forced to marry a rich, ferocious
What?
beast that lives in a castle deep in the
Did you
woods.
say we get to live in a castle? Oh, Father, you know I would do anything for you. Don't fear for yourself. We will keep your promise and save you from being eaten. Please take us to the castle so we can compete in this stupid competition.
Oh, girls, I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, we love you, Papa.
As soon as the girls had packed their things, the family set off through the woods toward the beast's castle. Upon their arrival, they found that the front door had once again been left open. Only this time, the beast was waiting in the main hall.
Good evening, traveler. Ha ha ha. I see that you have kept your promise to return. I guess I don't have to eat you anymore. Of course, I reckon I don't want to be eaten. Ha ha ha, I reckon you don't. Now, where are your daughters? Where are they? Well, can I have a look at them? Where are they now? Oh, yeah, well, they're just behind me. Just, right over there. You see them? Oh, yeah, I see them right there over there. Yeah, girls, this here is, Mr. Lord, Beast will do. It's time for you to leave now, Martin. You have delivered your daughters to me and fulfilled our bargain. I will not eat you, and within a month, 2 of them will have been returned to you. Oh, but I said leave!
Martin kissed his daughters on the cheek and left with a heavy heart. Only Beauty waved every single time he turned back to look at them.
Welcome to my castle, ladies. I hope to make your stay here as comfortable as possible while I choose whom among you will be my bride.
Ah! Be careful, girls. His politeness and courtesy could be a trick to put us at ease before he decides to eat us. Quiet! Have you, seen this place? You'll ruin this for all of us. Ah!
Oh, don't be afraid, Beauty. You will be treated very well here. I've made up the finest bedrooms in the entire castle for each of you. Now, please, follow me with your bags, and we'll get started with the first competition.
About that, I can't believe you want us to compete for your hand in marriage. That's ghastly.
Early the next morning, the beast woke each of the three sisters, fed them breakfast, and took them out to the beautiful rose garden.
Now, as you girls can see, I keep one of the most beautiful gardens in all the land. Any future wife of mine will have to be skilled at gardening, which is why we're going to have a hole digging competition. Ha ha ha! Now, who's going to go first? Who wants to take this shovel? Jennifer, you're the oldest. How about you? Here, come on, get to work.
What? What, me? Oh, well, okay. Wow, a hole, yeah, okay. Wow.
Something wrong?
Oh, what? No. Oh, it's just, oh, okay, I'll just pick that up with my mouth. Oh, that's not going to work for me. You see, I'm not really accustomed to farm work. I'm more of the lie around and tan in the sun while drinking lemonade type of princess. What? What was that?
Oh, I see. Oh, well then, off you go.
All right, goodbye.
All right then, who's next? Alicia, how about you?
What? You're like kidding, right? Do you honestly think somebody like me is going to touch a shovel and totally ruin my feathers? You must be dumber than you are ugly.
I'm going to have to dock you some points for that answer.
Like, I don't care. Bring on the next challenge.
Determined, Beauty rolled up her sleeves.
Beauty, you're next, my dear.
I'm not your dear, but I'll give this a shot. All my years of helping Father plant beets should come in handy. I'm just gonna pick up the shovel like this. Here we go. And I'm gonna start digging.
Within half an hour, she had dug dozens of holes and planted all of the beast's rose seeds.
There, I'm all done.
Excellent work. We'll have to break for lunch now and then resume the competition this afternoon.
The beast had the sisters compete in archery, swimming, pole vaulting, pie eating, rhythmic gymnastics, kayaking, karaoke, zip lining, cooking, baking, scuba diving, hairstyling, spelling bees, and many other challenges that would help him decide who he wanted to marry. Then, on the last day of the month, the girls prepared for their final challenge.
Now, despite a very rough start for some of you, you've all worked very hard over the past month. But now, you've reached the final challenge and the end of our competition. Today, we will try ballroom dancing. That's right, each of you will dance with me so that I can see who is the most elegant and graceful among you.
Alicia and Jennifer looked excitedly at one another while Beauty rolled her eyes. Beauty had outperformed them in almost every challenge so far, but she had never bothered to learn how to dance, and her sisters knew that, while the other two believed that they were among the best dancers in the whole wide world.
Jennifer, you will go first.
What? Oh, well, yes. Oh, I love dancing. Oh, I call this dance the ritual.
Jennifer danced by waving her arms in weird chopping motions like this for a little while, and then finished off by jumping in the beast's fountain and freezing in place. It was weird.
All right, well, good job, I suppose. Off you go now. Off you go.
Oh, thank you, that's great, thank you so much. Oh, I know I'm going to win.
Okay. Alicia, you're up next.
Like, I totally have this challenge locked up. Watch this.
This is very low energy. moving at all. Is this even dancing?
Alicia stood on one spot, barely moving her shoulders, or her hips, or her arms, and did a sort of half-twisting, rhythmless bob, sort of like an apple floating in a barrel of water, while the beast stared at her. It was also weird.
All right, it's your turn now, Beauty. Let's go.
All right, I'm ready to dance.
Oh, you're quite good at this.
No, thank you very much. I practice with brooms, you know.
Yes, these brooms must be excellent dance partners.
Oh, yes, indeed they are. I could spend hours dancing with brooms. You know, you're not such a bad dancer yourself.
Oh, thank you very much. I also dance with brooms.
Beauty and the Beast danced a beautiful waltz. At times the Beast led, at other times Beauty took the lead. As dancing partners, they were perfectly equal.
Oh, I guess the song's over now.
Oh, yes, thank you very much for that dance.
You're a wonderful dancer, Beauty.
When the dance came to an end, it was time for the Beast to make his choice.
Over this past month, I've come to know each of you for who you really are. Now that it is time for me to choose whom I shall ask to be my bride, I should hope that the two rejects will not resent the winner.
No problem. Let's send these two losers back to the farm and get on with our lives together.
Alicia, will you please step forward and accept this rose?
OMG! This is the best moment of my life. Oh, I can't believe this. Oh, I'm gonna take this rose right out of your arms. Oh, there we go. I got it. Oh, this is so exciting. I'm the winner. I won. Oh, I lost my rose.
Jennifer, will you accept this rose as well?
Ooh, wow, ooh, what? Me? Ooh, okay. Oh, wow, two roses, two wives. Oh, this is a surprise. This is such a surprise. Wait, why does she get a rose too?
Because you're both losers, and the rose is your consolation prize. Now go home to your beet farm. Beauty, will you accept my paw in marriage?
Me? What? No! I've been against this whole competition thing from the start. All I wanted at the outset of this thing was a rose, and I don't even get one. You're just offering me a marriage that I don't want. Marriage isn't a game or a competition. It's a committed union that people agree to enter into when they really love each other. My sisters don't love you, and neither do I. Ah! Are you, crazy or something? Just marry him. No, I'm not doing that. Ah! What? Why? Just look at him. He's so, handsome. What? What do you mean? He's a hairy, ugly, ferocious beast. No, and as a matter of fact, I think he is handsome. But he acted like a jerk for an entire month. I don't care how rich he is, or how handsome he is, or how big this castle is. I would need to get to know him all over again if I could even think of being his friend.
All right, then. I respect your decision. What? What is happening? What is happening? Oh!
At these words, a miracle took place. The Beast's ugly face magically turned into the face of a handsome young prince.
What? What is happening? What is this? Oh! It's amazing! The curse has been lifted.
Curse? What curse?
Oh, well, a long time ago, I was a callous, selfish jerk who didn't respect anybody. I insulted people who I thought were ugly, and I said lots of stupid, insensitive things to people. Then, one day, an evil witch transformed me into a monster. She told me that only the love of a maiden who could see past my ugliness would turn me back. But it turns out she was tricking me, and she just wanted to get me to respect people. And now I'm cured! Let's get married immediately!
What? Wait a minute, wait. Do you actually respect me? You just demanded that I marry you again, despite me just saying that I'm not interested.
Oh, well, yes, Maybe I still need to work on that.
And with that, Beauty moved back home to take over her father's beet farm. Eventually, she built a small operation into a beet empire. She and the prince never married, but the prince did learn a lot about respecting other people, so they were able to remain great friends for many, many years. Meanwhile, rejected from their lives of luxury and fortune, Alicia and Jennifer ran off to sail the high seas with pirates to find their fortunes. But that's okay, because everyone lived happily ever after. The end. That's all we have for you this week on the Imagination Theater. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you next time. I'm Mr. Bookman. Bye for now.